Tim, I've travelled to High Wycombe today to visit yourselves. What is it you do here at Interform?
We're manufacturers of plastic mouldings, and it's predominantly vacuum forming that we do, and we also do some sheet fabrication.
What type of sectors do you cover?
Natural lighting, natural ventilation, and many industries: automotive, aircraft industries, garden industries.
And you've recently invested with Tebis software. What effect has this had on your business?
It's meant we can produce our parts more efficiently and to a more accurate tolerance. Before, we were teaching the parts by hand onto the machine, which meant that we couldn't actually hold the tolerances of the drawings.
So quality is obviously improved. How about the lead times?
The lead times producing prototype parts is improved, and we've been able to produce them to a higher accuracy than before. Before we were trimming them by hand, not on the CNC machine, but marking it out by hand and then trimming by hand. So we now be able to give the customer exactly what they want, as opposed to a visual of the actual finished item. So the quality of the actual end part will be as the final production part will be.
So we're saying the quality is better, which is great, but presumably you've saved time. Can you quantify the time?
Typically, if we were hand teaching a part, it would take around about half a day for just a basic part to teach on the machine, and now we can program it in around about half an hour.
Huge saving. And I know it's your first CAD/CAM experience, so how have you found it?
We found it actually quite user-friendly to use. We had no experience before, and it's quite sort of a daunting sort of prospect to go into the CAD/CAM side. We thought it was going to be incredibly difficult, but Yusuf has managed to pick it up quite quickly, and we have another colleague as well which has been trained on it, and we've been surprised how quickly we've picked it up.
Before Tebis, I really didn't have any experience using software. Only when I used it was at uni. I did which Interform sent me to uni as well to do a course for HNC engineering. It's made my life, I'd say, 100% easier compared to when I used to do it manually. So I used to be in the machine, manually going from point to point, saving that point. The last 6 months, we've been more productive, manufactured our own jigs and fixture. We can check the quality, fully collision check the machine and part and fixture. All in all, we're really happy with Tebis.
Phil, I've spoke with the guys from Interform and they're over the moon with Tebis. Cycle times have been reduced, surface finish is better on the trimming cycle. So I'd just like to hear from Tebis' point of view how they've come to this end result. What is it in the software that makes it so good?
Well, Tebis with the 5-axis trimming solution is bespoke software for trimmers and routers and laser cutters as well. So with our solution, it gives 5-axis routers the ability to collision check. To also, when you program, you actually program with the virtual head and the spindle with the collet and the holder. With that, you get all the limits of that machine. So basically, what you can see, even before you put on the machine, you can actually see collisions, you can see the limits. And where other competitors will use their standard sort of 5-axis milling process, ours is bespoke. So what you tend to get in other solutions is a lot of unwinds. With Tebis, we get no unwinds because we're actually thinking ahead and we program the part within the limits of that machine. So you can see it, you start, say, from 0 to 360 rotation. So it's a unique product on the market. Nobody out there at the moment can sort of do what we're doing with these sort of solutions. That's why Interform Manufacturing has bought Tebis.
And I know it's not just for the components, it's actually for the fixtures as well.
Yeah, so within the Tebis solution and the 5-axis solution, they can actually take cross-sections for prototypes for the fixture. So what they will do is basically get the CAD model, and then they will do cross-sectioning of the CAD model, so they get slot-in fixtures. So then it gives you the ability to slot it all together, and as you can see today, they get a prototype fixture, very easy and very quick and reliable to do this type of work.
So we're saying the CAD/CAM market as a whole, it's quite crowded, there's lots of players, but in this market, in a routing, the trimming market, you're pretty much number one.
I agree. I mean, when we come across our competitors, I'm confident that we have a solution with Tebis that is better and the number one at 5-axis trimming. And that's why Interform and other companies like Interform are buying the Tebis solution.
And just to conclude, Tim, I know Interform, it's a very successful company, but what does the future hold here?
The future for Interform is continuing to grow. We're looking to invest in new kit. Tebis has encouraged us to invest in new CNC machines, and we're looking to, in the next year, to buy a new 3-axis CNC router to help manufacture our trim fixtures so that we can utilise the 5-axis routers to their maximum ability.
Future's looking good then.
At the moment, yes.